video is powered by StakeMate, the UK's #1 social football betting app.
Hi and welcome to AFTV. It's now time for the player ratings after a 3-0 win against Bournemouth. Start with the keeper, David Raya, Robbie.
Yeah, solid today. Didn't really have nothing to do, did he? What do you think about it? We were dominant. I mean, there was the disallowed goal, but he couldn't have saved. I think that did it hit a little bit of a deflection.
Yeah, help him, yeah.
Yeah, but listen, I thought he was good today. 7.
7.
Yeah.
Fair assessment, 7?
Yeah, I'd give him a 7, but you're quite right. Had very little to do. He had 2 shots to save. One of them was from Clivert. The other one I've asked 5 people, and none of them can remember it. So it couldn't have been much to do. He had 0 crosses to take out.
Clean sheet as well.
A clean sheet.
Golden glove. Now it's officially confirmed.
Yeah, another clean sheet.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I'd give him a 7.
7? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. Let's come to you then, Julian, for Ben White.
I'd also give him a 7.
Okay, good.
It was solid.
Yeah.
You know, he put three key passes in, 75% pass completion.
he's done his research. Look.
Can't be asked.
No, he was good today. He was good today. Made a lot of overlapping runs as well. Yeah, solid, man. And did you see how much havoc he was causing in the goal? He's got a reputation now.
But now everyone's looking at that now, aren't they?
Yeah, no, but I think it's brilliant because what it does, it takes the focus. He takes all the focus now when there's a corner, and it's like they're more worried about him than everything else that's going along. And I think that's part of the whole deception that he does. You know what I mean?
Smart.
He was brilliant.
Okay, statisticians, they're gonna want to hear some of those numbers. So go on. Did you want to
I didn't practice all of them. It was just the first few. I thought I'd impress people, and then hopefully you wouldn't ask again.
But if you went with 7, he deserves that. 7,
Well, I gave it first, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so I 7. Then Robbie agreed with me.
You like? Jeez. Well, it's gonna be a long player ratings. Let's go to William Saliba, Robbie.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant today. Covered a lot of times for Gabriel earlier on in the game when Gabriel made a few errors. And I thought he was outstanding. He went on a brilliant run one time in the game. I was like, put a shot in, man.
Oh, yeah, he broke forward,
He was phenomenal today, man. I mean, he's in with a shout for man of the match for me.
Yeah.
I'll give him a 9, man. I thought he's
9's high.
9. What did he did not put a foot wrong today. He's not my man in the match, but he was brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant.
Okay. Not a man of the match at a rating of 9. What do you give Saliba?
I mean, I'd also give him a 9 for that reason, because the difference with Arsenal today was Saliba, in as much as I've seen them miss chances like we did and be wasteful, and then we get stung towards the end in the second half when we've done everything to score, we don't score, and the other team hits us with a sucker punch because we make one mistake. Every time the team made a mistake, which wasn't many, Saliba's got us out of it. So I'd give him a 9 as well.
So both gone with 9s. Not your man of the match as well?
No.
Don't say it yet, but yeah.
It's all right, I know.
Okay,
I know.
it's
not my first time.
Oh.
Second.
Welcome, you're experienced. Let's go to Gabriel Magalhaes, Julian.
I'd give him a 7 just, but if I was going to mark him down, it would be for the odd mistake, but then I'd mark him up again to the 7 for the goal. And I know it was offside, but it was such a phenomenal goal. It was such a shame for him that it was marginal. It was marginal, and I would have given him an 8 if he'd scored that goal. But I'll give him a 7.
7. He wasn't even offside. It was someone else. Havertz who flicked it on.
What a hit by him, man. It's such a clean, and I feel sorry for him because that could have kind of. I think if he'd have scored that goal, I would give him a 7.
You'd have given him a 7 if he scored?
If he scored, but because he didn't, it's probably going to be a 6 because earlier on in the game, he made a couple of bad errors, man, that if Saliba hadn't dug him out, you know what I mean? It could have been a different talking what we're having right now. The first half, he was a bit shaky, man. You know what I mean? Which, to be fair to him, he hasn't been this season. Yes, but I think of all the players, he was the one who was a little bit below par today, you know what I mean? And second half he was all right. Second half he was fine, but that first half
6.
Yeah, because the first half, honestly, those mistakes he made.
Clean sheet, Rob. Yeah, I like.
No. Well, that's and I think Lee said it earlier. That's the beauty of those two because it's not one play. They play in partnership, and you know what I mean. One helps out the other, and that's what we want to see. But him on his own performance, I think it'd be a 6.
Well, and you said 7, right?
I say 7 because he doesn't play on his own. He plays in part of a team, and as a team, they only conceded 2 shots on target, and we can't even remember one of them. So he must have played well.
What I'd say is he was fortunate that he was helped out by his partner because he made a couple of bad errors in that first half. And one of them, that's Solanke, man. That's one of the best strikers in the league this season. You can't make those mistakes. So to me, I'm talking, they say in football, you've got to win your personal battles as well. And in that case, he didn't. And that could have been a horror error. So that's why I give him a 6.
Yeah, it could have been and wasn't. So are you the deciding
No,
vote?
you've gone with 7.
Yeah.
So that's your vote. You've gone with 6. That's fine. Comments will also have their say as well. Let's go to our left back, Tomiyasu, Robbie.
I thought he was really good today. He's up against a very dangerous player, and is it Semenyo? I've seen that guy play a lot of games this season. He's a very underrated player, very strong, quick, powerful, direct, very similar to that Kudus at West Ham. And I thought Tomiyasu handled him brilliantly, especially in the second half. He won headers, because you notice they kept trying to hit the diagonals always to him. Yep. He's the weapon, right? So don't underestimate how good Tomiyasu was today. He played really well. So I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 7. It could nearly be an 8, and it would have been an 8. It would have been an 8 had he scored from the header. That was the one thing. He's so good in the air that I was really surprised that he missed what. He didn't even miss it. It was a bad decision that he knocked it back towards across the goal when he had a great big gap at the near post to score. So because of that, I'd give him a 7.
Okay, let's go into midfield. Let's go to Thomas Partey, Julian.
Okay, I will give him a 7 and nearly an 8, and he's getting there. I can see he's gearing up for a 10 by the end of the season. The way he's improving, he's
so Everton, we expect a 10.
At Everton,
we need it for Old Trafford, if I'm honest.
Yeah, we could do with it, and that's where he had his greatest ever game at Old Trafford during lockdown. So the way that Arteta's managed his injury and brought him back, it has been phenomenal, because he's just gradually getting better and better, and I think he was a solid 7 today.
Do you keep him at the end of the season?
All depends what the offer is. If Saudi comes in with some ridiculous offer and you can improve the team, then I'd sell him. If not, I would take the risk, because he is that good if he's fit. But if he's not fit, he's as good as having me there.
7. Julian's gone with.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Outstanding in the game. Probably would have got an 8. There's a couple of little moments early in the game when he lost possession.
He had a shot as well that went so high. Oh my goodness.
But I thought he allowed Rice and Odegaard to do what they did. Yeah. He was that solid base. I thought, actually no, I'm going to give him an 8. I think he's an 8, because the midfield was dominant today, and he was a big reason for that. And he's when he's in there, it's a different Arsenal. As good as Jorginho's been this season, that guy, Partey is such quality, and that's a scary midfield to face. He's physical, he's skillful, his passing range is good. I think it's an 8 actually.
Yeah, it went under the radar how good he actually played today, because like you said, the other players shone because of him.
Because of what he did.
100%. Let's go to the man on the top, Declan Rice, Robbie.
Yeah, he gets my man in the match. Probably give him a 9.
Yep.
And I thought, assists, goal, recovery runs, everything. Cleaning up. The guy's everywhere, isn't he? Like, again, I think because Partey's sort of at the base there, he can get around the park more. Yeah. And then he gets around the park. The guy was everywhere. I was like, one minute he's attacking, next minute he's in defence, next minute he's nicking a ball off someone. He was brilliant today. His work rate is just outstanding. I mean, the engine inside of him.
Him and Odegaard just everywhere all the time.
Him, Odegaard, and Havertz. They get the way they get around the pitch.
It's crazy.
They must be so fit. But no, he was outstanding today. World class. I said it to me, a world class defensive midfielder. Name me 3 in the world better than him right now.
Other comments will, I'm sure, but 9.
Rodri, I don't know who else. He's right up there, man. He's top.
Okay, so 9 from Robbie. TNT gave him the player of the match. What do you give Declan Rice, Julian?
Well, I'd agree with everything Robbie says, and because of that, I would give him a 10, because I can't see that he did anything wrong. How can you improve on that performance? When you talk about stats, he had an 89.6% pass completion. He scored a goal, he got an assist, didn't he? He was absolutely everywhere. How can you improve on that performance? Go on.
You could have 100% pass completion, couldn't you?
I was going to say, he got you there. I actually was agreeing with everything you were saying, Julian, as well. But he might have you there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But then he was all right. I'll counter that. It took me a little while. He was on the ball so much. I mean, the amount of touches he had. I can't quite remember what it was. I haven't got a complete photographic memory, but I think he had far more touch. I think he had about 90% more touches than any. No, but his touches were massive. So many touches that to get 100%. If you go on the pitch and you have one touch, you can have 100%. But he had so much of the ball that he, as you said, he was everywhere. So that's why I would give him a 10.
As much as I laughed with Robbie there, I think Julian makes great points.
I won't even argue with it.
Yeah, I think a 10's fair. Because I think 10's fair because he's been questioned about, especially by the media, you need to add more goals to your game. Even though that's not really...
Scored a lot of goals this season, hasn't he?
Exactly, and it's not really his job to do that, but he scored and got an assist and was everywhere.
Yeah.
I think you make a great point to give him a 10 there, so fair play. And your man of the match then?
Yeah, well, it has to be him. You can't get better than a 10.
Well, you might have another 10 on the pitch. Let's go to our captain, Martin Odegaard, Julian.
Yeah, 10. I'll give him a 9. But he was fabulous. He was really fabulous.
He was good.
I mean, he gets everywhere. And the difference with him, one thing that I'm very impressed is his close control. Yes, he's got the perception and he can pick out the pass, but his
ball retention's a joke.
It's like he's got like magnets
it's
in his feet.
How he gets out of certain situations.
Tight, it's such tight spots. I can't work it out from the stands, no matter about being in the pitch. Because when you're in the stands, it looks easier. You think you can do it, but I look at him and I generally think I couldn't do what he does.
Well, obviously, but
from the stands it does look easier because you can see the pass from the stands because you look, especially with the seats we've got a good perspective of it. But he sees things that I don't, even from the stands.
Fantastic. I'll go with a 9 as well. He's brilliant today. We say it about him every week. He's just an outstanding footballer, man, and he's so consistent.
Good captain as well.
Captain, leads from the front. Should have scored today. Should have scored. I was going to give him an 8 just because I thought, but then maybe I'm being a bit too harsh with that because he should have scored that one but he was brilliant.
Okay.
9.
Bukayo Saka, Robbie.
I think I'll probably give him an 8, but again, he was outstanding today. Played well, scored that penalty. That's a big moment. You know what I mean? We know what these games are like. If you don't get that goal, that first goal, calms everything down. And I thought he was always a threat in the game today.
Does get kicked straight away every game.
Most kicked player in the Premier League probably. I mean, he gets kicked to smithereens. Yeah. But and I heard in the first half there's possibly could even have been a red card for a kick that he had on him.
You're going to watch it later. 100%.
But I'll give him an 8 today. I thought he played well.
8? Yeah, I'll give him an 8. He was very effective. He had a lot of the ball. He was making passes and completing them, and they were effective. Yeah. The only downside was some of the finishing. I mean, yes, the penalty was really cool. I love the way that he just waited. He makes it look easy, but that's not easy. No. To just have the bravery to wait for the goalkeeper to make his move and then do it. But then I thought the miss was pretty poor. That a player that has that much coolness in front of the goal with a penalty when the pressure's on, and then you get a clear-cut chance. It should be easier than a penalty, and he just snatched at it.
He shouldn't have took that first time. He had so much time. He could have composed himself and scored it, but
big opportunity.
And because of that, I'll give him an 8.
Okay. And still, it's fair, still high rating. A man who saw a lot of chances missed has said, let me take it into my own hands, and coolly put it away. Trossard, Julian.
I'm going to give him a 7. And it's a high 7. I thought he's effective, and his finishing is he's probably for me the best finisher in the team. And give him a chance. If you put him in the same position as Saka was, I think he would have scored that. Yeah. And for his finishing, he's a solid 7 going on 8. But I thought there was a time actually just before he scored, I wanted him off. And it wasn't as much as I wanted him off. I wanted Martinelli on. Yeah. Because I thought people feeling that. And then I got that wrong. Yeah. Completely wrong because
Ain't
that
the first thing you just wanted to come off?
and it's true. I didn't want him off. I wanted Martinelli on because I wanted that speed, but I just didn't see as much as Trossard than some of the others at that point. And then he just pops up with a goal, which means a solid 7.
7.
So it's an 8 for me. Right, that goal was huge at 1-0. And they were starting to grow into the game a bit as well. that game killed it. That goal killed the game. Like, as far as they're concerned, that was the winning goal. Again, this guy, I'd said it when we were doing the starting 11. Remember, I told you, when you guys were saying Martinelli, I go, no, Trossard has to start.
He's on form.
Right? A few weeks ago, people said, but he's effective off the
That's
bench.
me,
And I said it then. I go, he's effective off the bench or whether he starts. He's a goal scorer, right? Martinelli's not been scoring goals recently. We love Martinelli. He's a great player. But you got a guy that, like, literally every time he plays, especially at the Emirates, he scores. He has to start games, and that goal was huge today. Took it brilliantly, by the way, as well. It's not an easy finish. We saw, like we just said, Saka hit a similar one, an easier one, straight at the keeper. That goal was huge, so it has to be an 8. That goal won us that game. The game was effectively, when he scores that, the game's over.
Starts against United for you, Trossard?
100%.
Yes.
And you
100%. He starts every game from now till the end of the season because he's a goal scorer. And in games where we are right now, we need to score. We need to calm the nerves down and that. We need goals, right? And he's a scorer, and he's on such hot form as well. He has to start. Has to.
Okay, Robbie, Kai Havertz today, his rating.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8 as well. I thought he was 8 coming near to a 9. I thought he's brilliant today, man.
So
Again, the amount of work he does off the ball.
Crazy today.
How many times did he come back and nick the ball off a midfield player and stuff like that? And then his hold-up play, the amount of headers he won, flick-ons. You know what I mean? He won the penalty, you know, and he did win the penalty. That penalty was a little bit... He did it like what Harry Kane's been doing for years, isn't it? That one where you leave your foot trailing. He was very smart with that. But he was brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant. Again, consistently good, this guy. You know what I mean? And for me, it's an 8 out of 10 today. He's played really well.
I've heard you be very vocal about these situations, Julian. So, smart or cheating?
No, I wouldn't say it's smart, because if I say it's smart, it's basically cheating. It's the same word. I've looked back at it, and I would say it's a penalty because the goalkeeper came out, he missed the ball, and he caught his leg.
He left his leg there.
I don't think he made much effort to pull his leg back, but I don't think it was cheated because it was a penalty.
It was a penalty. It's them ones where you got. I mean, listen. Like Julian said, the keeper has come out and he's committed, right? And then after that, he's a little smart.
Yeah, you say smart, but most people say that's cheating.
But he's smart, because if he doesn't do that, right, he's still been fouled, but he probably doesn't get the penalty. If you understand what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying.
So I think it was a penalty, and it's never going to be overturned once the ref's given it. You know, and think about the run he made for that to even get. He was brilliant today, really was.
Yeah, he was brilliant because he was effective. You know, you need a player like Havertz to perform the role he does. He gives us the outlet. So when we're under pressure, and when Raya, because one thing Bournemouth do very well is that they press very high up the pitch, and then that gives us the outlet that just in case they're pressing a little bit too well, Raya can just kick it long to Havertz, and he can control it. He holds it. It's brilliant.
He flicks it on. He's outstanding today.
So not cheating for you.
Only I know. I
know what he's like. But if it was the other way, I know if it's the other way around, cheat.
Yeah. That he knows whether he'd put his leg there. To me, it was a penalty anyway, and it's a sad reflection of the game that you have to cheat to get a penalty.
Very political, very well to get around that. And you gave him an 8.
No, I'd give him a 9 for the effectiveness.
For the effectiveness, 9. Okay, let's rattle through some of the subs quickly. Gabriel Martinelli, the player that you wanted to see, once he come on, had a big opportunity straight away. What do you give him today for his performance?
Not a shocker. One part of me wants to give him a 6 because he had so little time on the pitch, but he was effective. So I'm going to give him a 7 because the whole team performance was good enough to not give any of them less than a 7, and especially him because I love him.
So the team carried him basically?
No, not at all. You twisted that round.
So that's basically what you said. You said I can't give him I want to give him a 6, but
no, I said no.
It's a 6. He's clean through. That's the second one he's had like that in recent weeks, right? He's clean through, and he literally got overexcited and run over the ball. Like, you know what I mean? He should have scored that. You know what I mean? A guy of his quality, we know what he can do. You know what I mean? I really wanted him to score that because he needed that for a bit of confidence, but he didn't. And after that, he did okay, but now you brought on your goal scorer. You know what I mean? He messed it up. It's got to be a 6.
But I think he's one of the only players on the pitch that could get himself into that position. So how can you criticise him in the first place to get into that position? No one else would have got there because of the speed that he's got.
Is that bias talking?
Yeah, so I saw Havertz have one the other day when he got there with his pace and he buried it. You know what I mean? At the Emirates a couple of weeks ago. He's got to score that goal, Julian. I know you love him as a player, right? And I love him as well, but he's got to. He had one a couple of weeks ago, missed that as well. You've got to sort his finishing out a little bit. You know what I mean? He's got to score that. I'm going to give him a 6. I'm not giving him a 5 because he weren't on long. Normally we give him 5s. So I give him a 6 because he helped to make sure we kept the clean sheet. Worked hard for the team after that, and maybe that chance come a bit early because he's literally just come on and he's been given that chance, but he completely messed it up. Simple.
Cool.
But a 6 is better than average, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right, you can concede to that. Okay, let's go to. I'm gonna come back to you for Gabriel Jesus, Julian.
Yeah, I'd definitely give him a 7 because of the effectiveness. He's set up the final goal.
So you was gonna give Martinelli and him the same. We get it. We all love him, but I just have to check.
It was a 6 or a 7 for Martinelli. For Jesus, getting his name right now, it was a definite 7 because of the effectiveness. I mean, he also missed a chance. He created a chance, he missed it. But then he set up the third goal. So for the sake that he set up this third goal, you have to give him at least a 7.
So it's definite 7. He's more effective, and I just love that no-look pass.
Yeah.
And I love them things. They're like, he completely fooled the player. 7.
Yeah, 7. Okay, let's quickly get the referee score from you, Robbie.
The referee let the game flow. I mean,
you'll see about that red card. That should have been a red card.
I'm not too sure Bournemouth fans will be giving him much of a high rating, but I haven't seen that back, and everybody's been telling me about it, and I haven't seen that back. And then, VAR supposed to help him out as well, but probably a 6.
6. And I reckon their goal should have stood, if I'm being honest, because I don't think there was a foul on Raya. So
well, I watched it a number of times, and technically, it was a foul. But I don't agree with the rules. But that is the rules. I think goalkeepers are too well protected, but they are. And there was a slight nudge in him. It was very slight, but I think had it gone the other way, then it wouldn't have been overturned. So we got a little bit fortunate on that one.
Yeah, this thing with nudges, right, is slight, and you watch things back in replays and it don't look like much. But when a player's running at full speed, you know what I mean? Just a little touch can send you off. And he did blow up straight away for it. So, but hey, I ain't seen it back, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it back. I mean, Raya wasn't running at full speed.
Yeah,
he was running out to try and get the ball, wasn't he?
Look, he wasn't running. It was a foul. It was a foul.
Well,
there was a very.
He got it right then, didn't he?
He did get it right. So that's why I'd give the referee a higher mark than 6. 6 is the lowest we've given any Arsenal player. And
so you're saying he was an Arsenal player?
No, we've all thought that the referees had a good game. Therefore, I'd give him an 8.
No, but they're saying though he missed a. As I said, I'm not seeing it back, but everybody's saying that Saka got studied. He missed that as well. So he's missed a couple of things. So that's why I'm saying 6.
I think that's fair.
Oh, he missed sending off Saka. I'll give him a 9 then.
No, sending off their player.
Oh, their player?
Yeah.
The
studs at the beginning when Saka was injured.
Disgusting. Right. Lower it down. Yeah, I've missed
6.
I get it, Harry.
Yeah, wake up. Focus. Concentrate.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Next one is the manager, Arteta today.
I don't think he did anything wrong because the way that he set up us to play, we were completely dominant. We conceded just 2 shots, one of which none of us can remember. The goalkeeper didn't have any crosses, and we should have scored a lot more than 3. We should have gone out and won 6 or 7-0. And he can't really train them to miss like that. They were bad misses. So on that front, I can't see that he did anything wrong. And also, let's not forget, Bournemouth are a form team.
Yeah.
And we've gone out and we've absolutely dominated the game. So give him as high a mark as you can, a 10.
A 10?
Well, he's
I actually agree with a 10. Yeah. It's like pressure game.
Yep.
Right, 12:30 kickoff, Jurgen. Yeah. Right. Right. No, I mean they're tough, innit? 12:30 kickoffs, right? And against a form team, 3-0, clean sheet, goal difference goes up. Does everything that's been asked of him today and more. Team was perfect. People were saying, why should Trossard play? Scored. All his decisions were right. Subs right. Everything, 10.
10. Okay, fans, Robbie?
10 out of 10 for the fans. Great atmosphere in there. It was a 12:30 kickoff, Jurgen. The atmosphere was great.
Every time. Little fans going to come at you.
But the atmosphere, it was amazing in there.
Yeah.
It was an amazing atmosphere in there. It's got to be a 10.
Fans?
No, I'd give them an 8. It was a good atmosphere. I especially liked when they sung "Stand Up If You Love Arsenal," and the people in front of us in row 1 didn't stand up, so it meant I didn't have to stand. So on that front, it was no.
You know what? I probably would have marked it down just because of you.
Yeah.
But because you only make up one fan out of the 60-odd thousand, it's still giving it a 10. The fans were outstanding today. They made up so much noise. You know what I mean, it was a fantastic atmosphere in there today.
Yeah, lovely day football.
Special.
Lovely day football.
It's special.
Yeah, it's a 10.
It is special. It is special. I'd give it an 8. That's still good. That's still more than you gave Martinelli.
Martinelli wasn't as good as the fans, was he? The fans were outstanding.
And there you go. There you have it for the ratings from Julian and Robbie. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and add your ratings on the AFTV Plus app by downloading it on iOS or the App Store. We'll see you again very soon. The next game is Man United away, and we'll be back then. See you soon.
Right.
What we need to do